All right. Want to make sure that my levels are good. Everything's working. Stream is coming up. Want to say good morning, everybody. Or for some people, this could be the afternoon. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. Very productive weekend. Really didn't get no rest at all. So that's why this stream is starting a little bit later. I had to prepare for you guys, and I am getting it going now. Let's see what the sound is. I had a great weekend. All right, yep. So we're sounding good. Everything's looking good. So, welcome. This is Dig Deep Crypto. I am OAB, letting you know that yes, this is the right place and this is the right time. Looking at the market today, over the top 50, 100 coins, it's a complete red day, right? We're bleeding out across the board. As you guys know, I like to check out my watch list to see how we're doing there. And looks like my Stronghold token is having a day. Energy Web token is doing some things. Plug-in. 2%, 4% and stuff like that. That doesn't really get me too excited, being that this is the crypto space, because I know that that's probably going to go right back down within the week or so. But, you know, it's always good to see that having some investments where people are putting some money into that does pump from time to time. All right, so with today's video, I have some few things that I want to talk about. I know you guys seen the thumbnail, so we're going to start off with that alone. Here we got Web3 Gaming gets competitive. That is Corpo. I think that says Corpo. Game Studios joins Cointelegraph Accelerator. That is a Web3 game developer. Corpo Game Studio aims to introduce competitive esports to the Web3 gaming system or ecosystem. Hold on, let me get some water real quick. All right. And if you guys are watching this VOD and it kind of chops up and it breaks down a bit, from time to time, you'll be able to just scroll past maybe about 15 seconds and then pretty much get the gist of what I'm saying. And the way that I'm going to start speaking about these topics, I'll give a little bit of a time span in between some things so that you guys won't miss anything that I'm talking about. I've recognized in the past that there's a few things that you guys wouldn't have heard because of my OBS, and I haven't figured out how to get that bit rate together or something like that with Xeenon, so that these live streams, when I'm switching from page to page, doesn't have that that lag, that freeze that I've been seeing over my past VODs I've been putting out. But here again, we're talking about Corpo. This is the Web3 gaming world. They saw consistent growth and exciting developments in the first quarter of this year. Traditional Web2 gaming companies started to notice blockchain technology's potential, resulting in a total of $739 million invested in blockchain games and metaverse projects during the first quarter of this year. So I think that we are in a great position being streamers, people that play the games. Some call us gamers. I just call myself just sitting back, relaxing, man. I've been born playing video games, it seems like now. And I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. They always say, like, what, 40 is a new 30 and 30 is a new 20. Man, you're probably going to be about 65, 70 playing these games, going as hard as we do nowadays, too. So this gaming industry is only going to get bigger. It's only going to get more vast. And there's going to be some more avenues, virtual reality, some things that I probably won't get into, but it's really going to really blow up. So we are in the right space, and this is definitely the right time to be a gamer and a streamer. So here it says, from the open world role-playing games to battle royale themed shooters, games quickly turned to a major point of interaction between users in the Web3. With almost half of blockchain activity coming from gaming. That's huge, guys. Half of blockchain activity is coming from gaming. And I see that those are those layer twos now. Arbitrums and Polygon. Polkadot is going to start coming out with their games, and that's a layer zero, I believe, but they're going to have some games built on top of that blockchain. So there's going to be a lot of blockchains that are going to have these Web3 games, and we're going to be here to enjoy every last one of them. So while Play to Earn provides a fresh take on players' experience of a game, there is an even bigger potential for Web3 gaming and microtransactions. So founded in 2018, Corpo Game Studio seeks to pair blockchain technology and esports, a major Web2 gaming trend with skyrocketing popularity, to act as a gateway between traditional gamers and Web3 opportunities. What we're seeing now in the crypto space, the payment rails in specifics, they have the traditional way of finance and banking coming over to the decentralized Web3 way of banking. The gaming is doing the exact same thing, and the first ones that we're going to benefit from are those that have combined both of those. Probably about 5 years from now, it'll be strictly decentralized, and those would be the games and the blockchains that'll pump up big time from that point. But right now, they still are transitioning from 2 to 3. So keep in mind as you're investing that you want to be right there in that middle spot so that you can make these gains now and then already have something set aside for what's coming in the future 5 years from now, because this gaming is not going to stop. All right, so we have a few games I'm sure that you guys have heard of that comes from the exact same team that created Citizens Conflict, which I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a trailer about what that game looks like. They have created Arma 3, Overwatch, and Mafia 2. And this studio's main project as of right now is Citizens Conflict. Let's take a look at what their trailer looks like now. And if this video with you guys watching it back has a bit of a lag, again, I'm going to try to give a little bit of time in between so you don't miss any of the content. Check this out. I love these shooters. They're very similar to Apex, except it's third person as opposed to that first person, open world, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this game is coming out. So it'll be coming out this quarter, but we're at the end, so possibly quarter 3 if they don't make their deadline. But they're moving to crypto game modes, and there are a total of 3 different modes, all of which involve high stakes action. You have extraction, which is a team up of 4 squads, or a team up in squads of 4 and battle through Ether Island's different districts. Battle it out with other players and collect loot from NPCs. Then you have Battle Royale, which is similar to Fortnite. And then they have a Syndicate Wars, which represents the 3 different syndicates, Midnight, Corpo, and Hack Hunters, and battle it out on a smaller size map. We love those nuke towns that you have with Call of Duty. Syndicate Wars sounds like it's going to be straight action because there's nowhere to run, for real. All right, so that's going to have an in-game token. That's going to be called Ccash, which is going to be utilized for, you can stake it, you can buy land with it, buy back and burning, and then purchase in-game assets like your vehicles, weapons, characters, outfits, and you know how the game goes. All right, so we're going to transition into my next one. Again, guys, if you're here for the first time, feel free to let me know who you are. I see we got one person watching right now. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you being here. If you haven't followed, be sure to go ahead and give me a follow. I'm going to give you these kind of videos daily, and you can expect some new information, some great information on top of that. especially here on this page alone, because I have some ideas of what I'm going to be doing as far as uploading videos too. So you're in a great place, man. I have some good things that I want to share with you guys. So here, this video, I'm sorry, not this video. This article is called Russian Bank Launches New Cross-Border Crypto Payment System. And you see, this is from yesterday that this was published. One of Russia's biggest banks is reportedly launching a new cross-border payment system utilizing crypto assets. According to a recent report by the Russian publication, a representative of Bank says the institution is already conducting test transactions with private and corporate clients. We're talking about cross-border payments. You have the private and you have your corporate or your public clients. I wonder what type of technology that they're using. In my guess, they're going to have somebody that has a private ledger and a public ledger. For cross-border payments, automatically I think of XRP. And it's not surprising to me that XRP is gaining so much momentum as of right now. There's a lot of volume going through that asset and that ledger that, and we're getting close to the SEC case ending, quote unquote, right? Ending. We'll see how that goes. But there's a lot of hype, and that's the rumor going around, and a lot of people are beginning to buy it. So I'm sure they're going to start selling the news. But with this article, it says, though it isn't clear which digital assets the bank will support for cross-border payments, I just told you one of them that's going to be in play. Russia's fintech group, B Crypto, will be handling the technical aspects of the new protocol. To use this service, clients must undergo KYC, the verification process. We know what that is. In a report, the vice president of the Association of Banks of Russia says the crypto-focused cross-border payments are generally offered by smaller banks and that large-scale institutions have yet to adopt such services. So what's going to happen when the large institutions start sending their money in? Right now, we're looking at the smaller rails, the SMEs, the small to medium enterprises starting to get signed up with these assets and testing and things. And once the tests go through and they know that it's a seamless, errorless, trustless technology, we're going to find out that there's going to be trillions of dollars that's going to be running through these ledgers. And I want you guys to know what those ledgers to be. I've said about XRP. As far as another private and a public ledger, you have XDC. That's for TradeFi and things like that, which I'm sure some of those Russian banks are dealing with oil and some of the other commodities that they have. The first deputy chairman of the Bank of Russia, Vladimir, I don't even want to try to say his name, notes that cross-border payments are not slated to become full-time remedy for international payments. Late last year, the U.S. Department of Treasury sanctioned Bank, as well as Vladimir Potanin, not Putin, Potanin, believed to be Russia's richest man and the bank's owner, in an effort to limit Moscow's ability to fund the war against Ukraine. Once that war is ended, again, we're going to see those sanctions be lifted, and this money is going to be flowing, and these banks are going to be interoperable with each other with a level playing field. All right, so now that I've got you there, we're going to go to our next article, and it's a stream of articles that I have with this topic here. And this is about the banks that are going to be closing here in June, and how banks are going to be closing. These retail branches are going to be closing more and more over this year and years to come. This is a trend that's been growing and growing. We've looked at the quote unquote banks that's too large to fail. We've seen those banks collapse, needing to be bought out, having bail-ins, right? Now these banks are beginning to close. So this article tells us that PNC Bank closes more than 40 branches in June. That's this month. And these are the states that are most affected. The subheading says several banks, including PNC Bank, continue to close branches in the United States. In June, PNC will close 46 branches, with more to close in coming months. As I scroll down through the article, we see that several banks, including Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and PNC Bank, continue to close branches in the United States, following a trend in recent years. According to data from the federal or the FDIC, approximately 8,000 banks were in operation in 2000, but by 2022, only half were surviving. So in 20 years, 4,000 banks, according to this data, have closed. I'm saying that in the next 3 to 5 years, we're probably going to be down to about 5 banks. The JP Morgans, your Goldman Sachs's, your JP Morgan Chases, you know, those Bank of Americas, those top 10 type banks, maybe 10, you know, 5, 10, something like that. But those top banks in the States, those are going to be the only ones that survive, unless you're going over to the next wave of doing banking, the next technology, which I'm going to show you here shortly. So PNC Bank is going to close more than 40 branches, and these are the states that it's going to occur in. They have Virginia, Texas, New Jersey, and Alabama. And take into account that the announcement of the closure is made 90 days before the closures of the branches will actually take place this month. So they announced this one 3 months ago that they're going to be closing these banks now. So they told us, why are banks closing all over the United States? It says several financial institutions were forced to temporarily close locations due to labor shortages and an increase of COVID. These closures led to a boom in online banking and therefore a drop in transactions at physical branches. I read you that to tell you that I've talked about the mobile banking, the CELOs, CELO, those type of cryptos or securities, right? I've talked about Tailcoin, and I've talked about BAB or BAX. BAX is really growing around the world, and Tailcoin has literature and legislation put in place for them to be a chartered bank here in Nebraska in the United States. So people are going away from these physical branches, and they're going to begin having online banking on their phones. And there are cryptos that are positioning themselves to capitalize off of that growing market of the unbanked. Just to tell you guys, you don't have to necessarily be in a third world country coming up here in the near future to be considered the unbanked. With these branches and everybody closing and the FDIC not being able to be trusted, there's trillions of dollars that is being pulled out of these banks. And where are these people going to put their money? They're going to put it into crypto. They're going to put it into the Apple savings account, to where you're getting 4.5% on your money for your savings, which is so much more. They're going to look for MasterCard savings accounts where you get more APR on your money as it sits in those type of accounts. And it's just going to continue to grow until you start seeing something like the Solana Mobiles, these blockchains beginning to pull out their cell phones. So if this froze, just so you guys can know, on the screen now, it is Solana Mobile. They debuted Saga, a flagship Android phone for Web3. And this was announced last year. Hasn't really picked up steam yet, but these blockchains are going to begin to offer cell phones so that they can bank the unbanked and start offering their cryptos for your fiat and have you get direct deposit right into those accounts in Solana, in Clayton, because Clayton has partnered up with Samsung. The Samsung Galaxy Note is by Clayton, and Clayton is a crypto that's out there now. And there's going to be more coming. Pundi X has some that didn't really catch hold, called like Block to Block or something like that. So there's a bunch of cryptos that are trying to find their foot to get some market share. And having your own mobile device, having your own cell phone on the blockchain is going to be a growing trend coming in the near future. So as I told you guys before, that there's a lot of money that's been pulled out of these banks. Here, this article from the Daily Huddle, and this is from June 2nd of this year. Americans pull $472 billion out of U.S. banks in 3 months as depositors exit in historic numbers. That's what Solana wants. Solana wants some of that money that these people are pulling out of the traditional banks. And we're going to see somebody else is trying to do the exact same thing that Solana is doing. Just coming out yesterday, Amazon is trying to become a monopoly out here. Amazon is reportedly trying to offer Prime subscribers free cell phone service. Now, why would Amazon get into the cell phone game? As I just told you guys, they're looking to get some of that unbanked money. People are going to be working, and if they're not working, they're going to get universal basic income. If you have a cell phone and you have a bank connected to that cell phone or something that can custody crypto, right? And your service that you provide is going to get that money on a monthly basis, you're probably going to be taking out fees anytime somebody is spending that money. And Amazon is trying to get a piece of that, and they're letting us know that as of this month. The company is apparently talking with all the major U.S. carriers about a potential partnership. So Amazon, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can get a free cell phone here coming very soon, which is probably going to be a bank. Hopefully for myself and some of you guys, I hope that you have some Tailcoin, because Tailcoin, I'm sure, will jump at the opportunity to partner with Amazon so that they can get TD Ameritrade and they can have people banking with them immediately, right? Now, coming down to the end of this video, what I wanted to talk about was the hacks that's been taking place. The world is beginning to understand that the financial system is in disarray. The debt ceiling is extremely high, and it's only a matter of time before the US dollar completely collapses. So where are people putting their money at? Yes, they're putting their money into crypto. And you're going to begin to see a whole lot more hacks coming in the very near future, right? This is 2023. Just imagine by 2025, who will be able to be trusted? Well, one company that's following the same suit with Ledger, saying that they're not necessarily to be trusted, is Trezor. The Trezor hardware wallet has claims, or cybersecurity firm claims, it hacked the seed phrases from the Trezor hardware wallet. Now, as a disclaimer, they said that they needed to have the actual hardware itself to be able to hack it. However, they still can get your seed phrase. So just keep in mind of how you're protecting your funds and your assets. Be very smart about it. And there are going to be people that are looking to get at your seed phrases and things like that, which we've always known, being a custodian of our own finances. And this is why I think there are a lot of companies that are saying, hey, we're going to invest in crypto custodians, because they see a need for the newbies coming into the space wanting to be safe with their crypto. Staying on the topic of hacks, we're looking at Uniswap had a scam alert where fraudsters impersonate executives and create a fake website. So Uniswap and its foundation have no associating with the scam, as efforts are being made to combat it. Here on my screen, what you guys are looking at is some people that are impersonating to be Uniswap, and they had an entire Zoom, about what's that, 6, 8 people on the Zoom, acting as if they were really Uniswap. And it's pretty crazy how the links of people will go. They're even showing their real faces, a few of these people, and this was all a scam all along. Adam expressed his bewilderment, stating video is nuts, and no idea who any of these people are. That is the executives, the high-ranking executives at Uniswap saying that. So to dispel any misconceptions, Adams made it clear that neither Uniswap nor the Uniswap Foundation had any form or association with the involvement with the video in question or the individuals who appeared in it. So there's another one where people are looking to do some scams. Arbitrum-based Jimbo's protocol was hacked, and $7.5 million worth of Ethereum was lost. The attacker used a lack of slippage control over the tokens to steal the funds. This is why it's important that if you are going to be doing some DeFi, if you're going to be doing some staking, that you have a trusted source that you're putting that money into. I stay away from DeFis that have bridges, because in history's past, or in the near history, definitely, there have been the bridges that have most likely been hacked, and having those plugins and things like that where that money wasn't safe in that bridge. So the result of the hack that happened on the morning of May 28th resulted in a loss of 4,000 Ethereum, worth approximately 7.5 million at the time of its loss. Another hack that just took place was Atomic Wallet hack, and their losses topped $35 million. And an on-chain sleuth reports. So security teams are investigating the cause of the attack. Reporters have surfaced of tokens being lost, transaction data being erased, and even entire crypto portfolios destroyed. So the Atomic Wallet, it's a wrap for them too. I wish I had some kind of graphic or something that I could do to tell them, Atomic Wallet, it's a wrap for you. Another attempt at a scam, and this is where we're going to end this video at. Am I going to end it here? Yeah, I'm going to end it here. So, to conclude this video out, the Sandbox CEO's Twitter was hacked. And the Sandbox is the metaverse. You know, the Decentraland and Sandbox, Axie, Infinity, those, right? So the Sandbox was hacked, using to promote alleged airdrop scam. Here's another one of these boys, right? The executive appears to have now recovered his account, though. So Arthur Madrid, the executive, said, my Twitter was hacked today and now it's back. Please never click on any link that promote airdrop or URL and look scammy and not 100% using our proper and unique URL domain name. And he has what that domain name should be. All right, guys. So that is what I have for you today with this live stream. I am going to be creating some different type of videos where I'll be editing. I'll be posting it here right on Xeenon. But I do thank you for tuning in. Don't have any comments from you guys today, but I am approaching my 30 minutes, which is the goal for these streams. As I have more interaction going on, then I'll keep the streams going. I'll converse with you guys. We'll talk back and forth, and we'll kind of go from there. But as of right now, look to give you guys 30 strong minutes of content talking about what's new in the crypto space as a daily update. Signing off, OAB with Dig Deep Crypto. Check me again tomorrow where I have another fresh stream coming to you with some new great information. I'll check you on in. Peace.